Here's a photo of Magda Goebbels with her 6 children, taken sometime before all 6 would be murdered by their own parents as Nazi Germany collapsed. Their father, Joseph Goebbels, wasn't just a high-ranking Nazi, but the architect of the regime's propaganda machine, a man responsible for saturating Germany with anti-Semitic hatred, glorifying mass murder, justifying the Holocaust, and convincing millions that extermination and total war were moral duties. He publicly called for the annihilation of Jews, celebrated civilian deaths, and demanded Germans to fight to extinction rather than surrender, even as cities burned and children starved. As Soviet forces closed in on Berlin in May of 1945, Goebbels remained fanatically loyal to Hitler, retreating with his family into the Führer bunker. There, Magda decided that her children could not live in a world without Nazism, poisoning each of them with cyanide as they slept. Afterward, Joseph and Magda reportedly took their own lives as Berlin fell and the Third Reich collapsed around them. On November 13, 1982, Duck Koo Kim fought Ray Mancini for the WBA lightweight title in Las Vegas. In the 14th round, Kim was knocked down hard and the fight was stopped. Minutes later, he collapsed from a massive brain hemorrhage, fell into a coma, and died 4 days later at age 27. Then, just a couple months later, in early 1983, Kim's mother died by suicide after traveling to the US and struggling with her son's death. Just a few months after that, referee Richard Green also took his own life after reportedly falling into severe depression, overwhelmed by guilt and public blame for not stopping the fight sooner. The bout became one of the darkest moments in boxing history and directly led to major safety reforms and the elimination of 15-round title fights. In 1977, unemployed Indiana man Tony Karitzis kidnapped mortgage banker Richard Hall after blaming him for the foreclosure of his home. Tony strapped a sawed-off shotgun to Richard's neck, rigged with a dead man trigger so any sudden movement could fire it, and held him hostage inside the Meridian Mortgage company for nearly 3 days. During the standoff, Richard was forced to walk outside in public and even stand through a live press conference with the gun still pressed against his neck. With negotiations failing and Richard's life constantly at risk, police ended the siege by shooting Tony through a window, killing him instantly as Richard survived unharmed. Comedy legend Artie Lange survived one of the most self-destructive spirals in modern celebrity. In January of 2010, after years of severe heroin addiction, he stabbed himself multiple times in the abdomen inside his Hoboken apartment, collapsing from internal bleeding and barely surviving emergency surgery. His addiction later led to overdoses, constant arrests, homelessness, and the collapse of his nasal septum as a result of long-term cocaine abuse, permanently disfiguring his face. Thankfully, in recent years, Lange has said he's sober, lives mostly out of the spotlight, and prioritizes stability and health over returning to fame. In 2007, Shelly Miscavige, the wife of Scientology leader David Miscavige, and once one of the organization's most powerful figures, attended her father's funeral and then completely vanished from public view. She's not been seen, photographed, or heard from publicly ever since. In 2013, actress and Scientology defector Leah Remini filed a missing persons report, prompting the LAPD to state they had located Shelly and confirmed she was alive and safe, though no evidence, images, or details were released, and no independent verification has ever occurred. Former Scientology members allege she was removed from leadership and confined to a secret church facility due to internal conflicts with David, claims which the organization vehemently denies, leaving her disappearance unresolved nearly 2 decades later. Just last week, 19-year-old Serbian model Tajana Radonjic met a horrifying end during what was supposed to be a scenic parasailing shoot off the coast of Montenegro. Suspended 150 feet in the air above the Adriatic Sea, Tajana began to scream, "Put me down," in terror. Then, in a chilling act, she unbuckled her own harness while still in the air and released herself. Onlookers watched helplessly as her body plunged into the ocean below, likely dying immediately. She had received training just minutes before and showed no obvious signs of distress, making her decision to remove the harness all the more disturbing. Many have speculated that she suffered a sudden panic attack and attempted to ground herself while being disassociated from reality. Her body was recovered from the sea hours later, and parts of the incident were caught on video. Her family has disputed the claim that she panicked or acted irrationally, raising questions about the safety of the harness or if she was given improper instructions. Reclusive siblings Homer and Langley Collyer lived in a Harlem townhouse and became notorious for their extreme hoarding. After Homer went blind in the 1930s, Langley quit his job to care for him and began compulsively collecting newspapers and junk, believing that Homer would one day get his sight back and need to catch up on the news. They booby-trapped their home with tunnels of debris to keep people out, eventually withdrawing completely from society. In March of 1947, police discovered Homer's body dead from starvation. Lange had died before him but wasn't found until weeks later due to all the junk in the home. He'd been crushed to death by one of his own traps while trying to bring food to his brother. In 2021, YouTuber Jordan Cheyenne uploaded a video titled "We Are Heartbroken" about she and her son's puppy being diagnosed with parvovirus, a highly contagious and potentially fatal disease. But the video quickly went viral for the wrong reason. She forgot to cut out a disturbing moment where she forcefully tells her visibly upset son to cry for the thumbnail.
So, if you could pray for us, we appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Come here. Come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video. Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
No, Mom, I'm actually crying.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm actually crying.
I know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's over. It's over. It's over.
The footage quickly sparked widespread outrage for obvious reasons. Cheyenne deleted the video, issued a public apology, and claimed she would no longer include her son in future videos. She then took a break from YouTube, returning 5 months later with a tone-deaf comeback video focused more on how the scandal affected her life. Many criticized her for playing the victim instead of taking real accountability for exploiting her child's distress. 1992, Native American couple Arnold Archambo and Ruby Bruguier were involved in a car crash at a South Dakota intersection, but they quickly fled the scene before help arrived. Ruby's cousin Tracy was found in the flipped-over car, claiming the couple took off without saying a word. After an extensive search, their whereabouts remained a total mystery, until 3 months later when their bodies were found near the crash site in a ditch that had been searched many times before. Strangely, their bodies were in drastically different states of decomposition, and they were wearing the same clothes as the night of the crash, except Ruby's glasses and shoes were missing. The FBI closed the case in 1999 upon finding no evidence that a crime had been committed, and stated that the cause of death was undetermined. Local authorities believe the bodies were placed there after they died somewhere else, possibly at different times. But regardless, the bizarre case remains a total mystery to this day. In 1991, Eric Clapton's 4-year-old son Connor was visiting his mother's apartment in a New York City skyscraper. The building was undergoing maintenance, and a janitor left a window open without a safety guard on the 53rd floor. While playing, Connor ran toward the window, which was floor to ceiling, and fell 49 stories to his death. Despite the negligence, no criminal charges were filed against the worker responsible. At the time, Eric had just begun to build a relationship with Connor after years of struggling with addiction. Completely devastated, Clapton channeled his grief into writing Tears of Heaven, one of his most popular songs to this day. In 2018, a man was riding an escalator in a New York City subway station when his oversized sweatshirt suddenly became caught in the machinery. As the escalator continued moving, the fabric began to tighten around his neck. By the time help had reached him, he'd already been strangled to death by his own clothing. In 2018, Brad Lewis leaped from a 13-foot-high balcony to grab his 2-year-old son who had fallen while chasing a toy. Lewis cradled the boy midair, taking the full impact on solid concrete. He suffered a fractured skull, brain injuries, and a broken vertebrae, while his son survived with only minor injuries. In 2016, Star Trek actor Anton Yelkin died in a freak accident at the young age of 27. After pulling into his driveway in his Jeep Grand Cherokee, Yelkin went to check his locked gate for mail when the car suddenly rolled back down the driveway and pinned him against a pillar connected to the gate. It's unknown how long it took for the actor to pass, but he was found dead by friends hours after he failed to arrive at rehearsal, and the official cause of death was blunt traumatic asphyxia. With Casey Anthony now on TikTok, let's recap why she's so awful. In July of 2008, Cindy Anthony reported her 2-year-old granddaughter Kaylee missing, claiming she hadn't seen her in more than a month. The toddler's mother, Casey, had told various lies about Kaylee's whereabouts, before eventually admitting that she hadn't seen her daughter for weeks, during which time she'd been out partying. 5 months later, Kaylee's remains were found near the Anthony home with duct tape around the skull, and Casey was charged with first-degree murder. During her trial, prosecutors alleged that Casey wished to free herself from parental responsibilities and killed her daughter by drugging her and duct taping her nose and mouth. The defense otherwise argued that Casey simply suffered from pathological lying and that Kaylee's death was accidental. To the disbelief of millions across the country, Casey was soon acquitted of the murder charge, but found guilty on providing false information to law enforcement. She was released after serving just 3 years in prison and remains free to this day. It's worth noting that years after her trial, it was revealed that the day before her daughter died, Casey Anthony had searched foolproof suffocation methods on Mozilla Firefox. But police overlooked this crucial evidence because they only checked her search history from Internet Explorer. In the past year, Casey has reportedly been having an affair with a father of 2, ruining his marriage of 20-plus years. Upon being confronted about the home wrecking, Casey reportedly responded, "I'm living the life I want."